Welcome to ULF News for the week of 3/9/2020. This is Nathaniel Maine and I will be your host for today. We begin with the worldwide coronavirus pandemic. Developments have been quick and frequent, with a total of 168,019 reported cases worldwide, with the number of deaths reaching 6,610 according to the World Health Organization's latest numbers. The situation in the U.S. develops with a reported 1,678 cases across the country. The Trump administration has put the U.S. in a state of national emergency in response to the growing COVID-19 threat. Many states have begun limiting crowd sizes, closing bars and restaurants, adjusting school and state calendars, and putting CDC guidelines into effect, among other efforts. Many have called into question the response by the White House and the degree to which the current administration has been transparent with the public. On a related note, Chinese billionaire and co-founder of Alibaba Group, Jack Ma, has begun the shipping of 500,000 COVID-19 testing kits and 1 million masks to the United States in a show of solidarity and goodwill with the American people. In a press release by the Jack Ma Foundation, Jack Ma had this to say, quote, "Drawing from my own country's experience, speedy and accurate testing and adequate personal protective equipment for medical professionals are most effective in preventing the spread of the virus. We hope that our donation can help Americans fight against the pandemic. This crisis presents a huge challenge to all humankind in a globalized world. The pandemic we face today can no longer be resolved by any individual country. Rather, we need to combat the virus by working hand in hand. At this moment, we can't beat this virus unless we eliminate boundaries to resources and share our know-how and hard-earned lessons. United we stand, divided we fall." End quote. Italy is currently undergoing a massive crisis born out of the COVID-19 pandemic. 24,747 cases have been reported, with over 1,809 deaths as of Sunday. The Italian government has put the whole of Italy under lockdown, with no travel allowed in or out of the country except in certain circumstances. In China, through the mass mobilization of the government, military, and medical professionals, COVID-19 has been brought under control, with 0 new cases having been reported outside of Hubei province and the number of recoveries overtaking the number of reported cases. China, now having the situation under control, has begun directing their attention to fighting COVID-19 elsewhere, sending medical supplies and experts to countries that have been hard hit by COVID-19. Thursday night, a team of 9 medical experts flying alongside a large storage of medical supplies from China landed in Italy as part of an effort by the Chinese government to assist Italy in its fight against COVID-19, which has ravaged the country. Moving on to Iran, the response to COVID-19 has been strong, but unfortunately ineffective due to strict sanctions levied by the U.S. and Western countries preventing the importation of medicine and medical supplies necessary to fight the spread of COVID-19. So far, a total of 14,991 cases have been reported, with over 853 deaths being confirmed. Cuba has so far seen only 4 cases reported, with 0 deaths as of yet. Cuba has been aiding China, amongst other countries, in their fight against COVID-19, specifically supplying those countries' doctors with a drug known as interferon alpha-2b, which is shown through its use in treating COVID-19 in China to be very effective in treating those who are positive for COVID-19. President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela has declared a state of permanent health emergency in preparation for possible cases of COVID-19 in the country. So far, no cases have been reported. In the DPRK, with help from both Russia and China, efforts to contain COVID-19 have so far been successful, with no cases reported as of yet. Many of the strict quarantine regulations originally put in place by the government have been slowly relaxed, and travel in and out of the country has been reopened for diplomats. In other news, Chelsea Manning, activist and whistleblower, has been released from prison by order of a federal judge after attempting suicide while imprisoned. Manning has been to this point awaiting an appearance in front of a grand jury for refusing to testify against WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange in his current extradition case. Manning, while being freed, has been ordered to pay over $250,000 in fines accrued during her imprisonment. Thanks to her supporters, though, and a crowdfunding effort, $260,000 plus has been raised to pay for her legal fines. In Uruguay, following the swearing-in of newly elected right-wing President Luis Lacalle, neoliberal programs of austerity are already underway, with hikes in the rates of basic public services planned nationwide. This week in Venezuela, an opposition terrorist attack was carried out upon a facility holding 50,000 voting machines, destroying 99% of the country's voting machines. A group identifying itself as the Venezuelan Patriotic Front has taken credit for this attack. The perpetrators are yet to be apprehended. In Iraq, on Wednesday the 13th, U.S. fighter jets launched retaliatory strikes on an Iranian-backed militia after an attack earlier in the week by the militia left numerous U.S. and British troops dead. In Syria, according to a statement released by the Russian Foreign Ministry, terrorist organizations in Idleb have rearmed and have begun carrying out attacks on SAA troops. The statement said, quote, "Large armed groups belonging to various terrorist organizations are gathering in Idlib, including Hayat al-Tahrir al-Sham and Haras ad-Din, which continue to use ideological principles and terrorist methods of al-Qaeda." End quote. This has been ULF News for the week of 3/9/2020. This has been your host, Nathaniel Main. Thanks for listening.